Hello everyone, my name is Shals. Today I will share a story, Life of a Teacher by Punita Khatri. The students of 12th class made a beeline for Mrs. Lalita, their maths teacher. Ma'am, we have some more doubts. Please help us. Please, ma'am. No, children, the class is over. You can come to me later in my free period. Now you go to your class, your teacher will be waiting for you, Mrs. Lalita said to the students. There is no hurry, ma'am, students said. Why? Whose period is it? Mrs. Lalita inquired. Dr. Prasad's period, ma'am. All he's going to do is give us the same old lecture on moral values, meditation, and make us do some dumb plays on drugs, safety, suicide, teenagers. That too is important, children, Ma'am Lalita replied. Yeah, but not as important as maths, ma'am. Ma'am, please request Principal Sir to swap Dr. Prasad's periods for yours, one of the students said. Well, go to your class now and I will talk to the principal about it. Dr. Prasad was already there by the time the students returned to their class. Dr. Prasad had joined the school that summer only. He was tall, bony man with hardly any flesh on display. What's more, he was completely bald. Driving his prehistoric moped, Dr. Prasad moved from one school to other in the city, giving lectures and conducting theatre workshops. He was a multifaceted personality who taught for charity, tackling challenges and problems of our progressive social life through poetry, drama, stories, and even dance. Yes, he was a good Bharatanatyam dancer too. Some of the students exclaimed, Sir, you perform Bharatanatyam? Yes, why not? Dr. Prasad replied. No, sir, just wondered how. Dr. Prasad laughed. You must be thinking how a baldy would look like jumping and dancing on the stage. Though the younger students enjoyed the break from their hectic schedules and heavy burden of studies, but senior students always felt irritated. In fact, nobody in the higher classes, senior classes of the school took him seriously. Not even the peon, who many a time had refused to fetch a glass of water for him. And same, today was no different because only 4 months were left for board exams. And here was Dr. Prasad babbling about depression, suicide, hard work, and exam results. Instead of listening to him, the students took out their course books to study. Dr. Prasad began, You all seem to be nervous about your exam. How about a story? Rakesh, a brilliant student of the class, stood up and said, Sir, life is not a story. We need to use every minute to study. Yes, sir, it is so easy to get lost in the fictional world, but the hard reality is that we have to carve out a career for ourselves, said one of the students. Teacher, parents, they have great expectations from us. I really wish there were more than 24 hours in a day, another student said. Dr. Prasad started saying, That is just a point. You need to relax, and I will help you to do that, if you will allow me to continue. Sir, all this talk about morality, drugs, depression, etc. is boring. We know everything. Moreover, we don't need lectures for relaxation. Yeah, give me a good English movie, or a book, or a party. All the students of the class start saying one by one. Ignoring their sarcasm, Dr. Prasad said, I'm impressed that you know about these things. Still, I feel you need to be familiar with. Sir, you have done your MBBS. Why do you waste your time going from school to school lecturing for free? Asked Jyoti, who was herself preparing for the medical entrance exam. Listening to her outspoken question, the whole class gasped. Yes, sir, you drive an Asian moped, spend your money on petrol, Xerox articles for us, while you could have easily migrated to the US, earned lots of dollars, and driven the fastest of car, instead you choose an easy way out? Added another student. Nobody in the school takes you seriously, and you know it, sir. Students consider your period as a free period. Then why take this trouble, sir? Dr. Prasad looked around, the bored, stiff faces of the students. Well, all this talk about you being aware of the facts reminds me of the 17-year-old boy whom I knew. Like all of you, he too was a brilliant 12th grader who loved life. He was so smart that he had topped each and every class from 1st to 11th. His ambition was to become a doctor. Like all teens, he loved life, enjoyed music, parties, and freaking out with friends in his free time. Everyone expected him to top the board exams. But then something went wrong. When the result came out, everybody was shocked, for he had secured just average marks. The boy was dejected. Though his parents and school requested the board authorities to recheck his papers, but the boy didn't wait for the results. Traumatized and dazed, he took a drastic step by attempting suicide. He was rushed to the hospital just in time. Since he had lost a lot of blood, he was immediately given blood and his life was saved. What about his results, sir? Asked someone from the class. Dr. Prasad smiled. It was all a mistake. The roll numbers had somehow gotten mixed up. He had definitely made it to the merit list. The class sighed in relief. But the story doesn't end here. The boy cleared his medical entrance and got admission in one of the prestigious colleges in Delhi. He soon got busy with his new life, putting aside his suicide attempt as an act of utter foolishness. Then one day he fell ill, seriously ill. The test revealed that he had been given infected blood at the time of transfusion, and his life was doomed as he was now a terminally ill patient. Life was not the same. He was living from one day to the other. Each day found him feeling sorry for himself. The other students sympathized with him, but could do little to help him. His only companion was a diary, where he wrote poems, stories, and plays for children. He was sure that God had stopped loving him because of one silly mistake. That is, when he decided to do something about it by spreading awareness. So students, I am just carrying out that promise. What happened to that boy, sir? Asked the students. Did he die? Did he complete his studies? No, he is still alive. And yes, he did finish his MBBS. Dr. Prasad replied. Where is he now, sir? Dr. Prasad looked around the class and said, in front of you. Saying this, he picked up his diary and calmly walked out of the class and never returned. Dr. Prasad is somewhere in another school, lecturing, reading poems, and telling stories to the children, even if they don't take him seriously. So dear students, always show respect and love for your teachers. Teachers are meant to show you the right path. Thank you very much for today.